Welcome to another startup and complete car documentation. What we have here today is a new 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 3LT Coupe.
And this one is equipped with the Z51 performance package. This C8 Coupe is painted in black.
So on the key fob, you have the buttons for lock, unlock, remote start, panic, and you can also pop open both the engine cover and the frunk. You're going to have smart key access, of course. Storage areas on the front door panels, and as for the driver's one, you also have two more power releases for the engine bay and the frunk. As you would obviously expect, power windows, locks, mirrors, needless to say. You also have two-person memory settings for both of the seats, driver and passenger. You also have power folding mirrors. This one has a premium Bose Performance Series sound system, and it is amazing.
This one has a jet black interior with leather-trimmed GT2 bucket seats, which also include beautiful carbon fiber accenting.
Both front seats are fully powered as well. So we'll step inside. You have push button start, of course, and we'll now listen to that engine roar to life.
"2023 is a special year in the automotive world. That's because it marks the 70th anniversary of America's sports car, the undisputed icon that is the Chevrolet Corvette. The model is now in its 8th generation, known as C8, which debuted for 2020 and marked a massive departure for the Corvette, that of course being the transition from a front engine to a mid-engine layout. Like before, it can be had as either a convertible or a coupe. Entering its 4th model year for 2023, the most notable update for the C8 Corvette this year is the anticipated addition of the track-ready Z06 model, making a whopping 670 horsepower from a flat-plane crank 5.5-liter V8. That's not to say the Corvette Stingray, with its 490 horsepower, is any kind of a slouch. Far from it, actually, as it does 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. As for the 23 Corvette Stingray, you have 3 different trim levels to choose from, including 1LT, 2LT, and 3LT. Now this 3LT is, as mentioned before, equipped with the Z51 performance package, which is a $6,345 option. It takes the Stingray's performance to another level, adding things like upgraded brakes, tires, and suspension components, along with an electronic limited slip diff, a performance rear axle ratio, a heavy-duty cooling system, a performance exhaust which adds 5 more horsepower, along with a helping of unique cosmetic touches. This one is also equipped with magnetic selective ride control. Besides the Z51, they're also offering a cool 70th anniversary package as well this year.
So, where do we even start with the interior of this car? This is a 3LT, it's loaded, it's got everything. So many cool features in this. I suppose we will start with the heads-up display, which can be controlled via these controls right here. You can raise or lower it, and it is not flashing in person, it's just the camera doing that. You can customize what exactly shows up on this display. Nice tachometer right there. G-forces. Then you can also adjust the brightness. Now we have a fully digital instrument cluster. Now right here is your main menu screen, which you can go through via the controls on the steering wheel. Right here. So first up we got your usual stuff, info displays, trip computers, fuel economy. And then you got your lap timers, performance stuff, G-force meter, audio screen, different maintenance things. Then we got our more interesting stuff. So info tile selection, you can choose between, see right now we're in tour mode and each driving mode has a different screen. So right now these are the only things that we can change. But say we put the car into sport mode, completely changes the gauge cluster. Now look at all this stuff that we can display. Oil temp, transmission fluid, your LSD coupling, your lateral G-forces, all that kind of stuff. And then put it back into tour. Then we just have your time and temperature, that kind of thing. And as for that, we will take a look at what each screen looks like. This is in sport mode. Track mode, as you can see, completely transforms it. My mode, and then weather mode. I suppose we'll leave it in tour for default. Now, I may not have covered everything. This is my first time being up close and personal with the C8, so not guaranteed to get every single little thing, but just a quick overview. It has a two-spoke design, flat top and flat bottom, leather-wrapped multifunctional steering wheel. You have your stuff that you'd expect: cruise control, info display controls, audio controls, Bluetooth controls. Then you have a heated steering wheel, and this button just says Z. So you know how you have your driving modes, tour, sport, track? Well, Z mode is customizable, and you can just tailor the car to how you want it, and then if you want to go to that mode right away, just push Z right on the steering wheel, and boom. You can customize all of these things, whatever you want. The suspension firmness, even how the engine sounds. If you put it into a different mode, you can even hear the exhausts open up. So that's what the Z mode does. Just awesome feeling metal paddle shifters. The steering wheel is power, tilt, and telescopic. You have your electronically operated parking brake, your aforementioned heads-up display, climate vent for the driver. Right here is your exterior lighting stock. And here is your wiper stock. So, going down the center of this interior. Now this thing has tons of goodies, really cool features, which we will go over in a bit. But continuing down here, you got your central climate vent, beautiful brushed aluminum looking trim. Your traction control, you can toggle that. And with this, you can raise or lower the front suspension. So you can make the car rise up if you want to clear a speed bump or a curb and not have to worry about scraping. Commonplace on a lot of supercars, which the Corvette basically is now. Now this, you can bring up right here, all of the cameras. Got your regular backup camera, guidance lines. This one's really nice. Top down, front of the car. So if you're pulling up to a parking space, you know, how many times have you pulled up to a parking space and then scrape the front of the car on the curb? Makes you cringe. Well, this can save you from that, ever having to deal with that in this car. Your array of views, you can toggle on or off your guidance lines even. Very comprehensive camera system in this car. Below that is your drive mode selector. We've already gone over that, but your modes are weather, my mode, tour, sport, and when I put it into sport, I don't know if you can hear faintly, the engine kind of gets louder, the exhaust, and track. That is just an awesome looking gauge cluster. Absolutely awesome. But we'll throw it back in tour. And right here is your gear shifter. Just pull this lever for reverse, push the button for neutral, pull up again for drive, push M for manual mode where you can now use your paddles, and then push the P for park. You have two cup holders, and you can tell with this, the way this interior is designed, very driver focused. You feel like you're in a cockpit. And then all along this, you will find your dual zone automatic climate controls. You got 3-stage heated and cooled seats. You then come to a center console. You got a USB-A, USB-C, SD card slot, and an aux port. Right here is a wireless charging pad. And what is so awesome about the 23 Corvette, well, 2023 marks the 70th anniversary of the Corvette, and you get this awesome plaque right here. Electronically actuated glove box opener. Both sun visors have vanity mirrors and lights. All of it is lined in Alcantara. This, even the A-pillars, the roof, the sun visors, beautiful. And this is the glass roof. You can remove that like a Targa. Those are the latches for that. And look behind here. Look at that engine. That is crazy looking in an awesome way. Your OnStar, hazards, passenger airbag indicator, and right here is a rear view mirror, but you want to dim the mirror, that actually turns it into a camera. This is a rear camera mirror, and then you have controls for it. You can change the brightness, zoom in or out, and you can raise it or lower it. I'm just blown away by this. First of all, the leather, I feel like I'm in an exotic. It practically is. I mean, this is like, basically, we're approaching Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini tier in terms of competitors for this car. So, yeah, everything just feels and looks absolutely beautiful. The just excellent quality, beautiful stitched leather, aluminum everywhere, Alcantara. Excellent interior quality. Now here is this infotainment system. So here we are on the home screen. So first up, get your right now has your audio, info, nav map, and a small screen. So you have audio, AM, FM, Sirius XM. You also have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can even have Spotify in here right from the app. Listen to all your playlists on Spotify in here. Phone, for pairing a phone, navigation. Now this is the navigation map, and it is by far the most responsive touchscreen I've ever used when it comes to a nav map. Just excellent. And look at that, you can zoom all the way out. All sorts of settings. I mean, way too much. Would be here all day if we went through all that. Bring up our cameras. Same thing as that camera button. Amazon Alexa, climate controls. Do that all from here. Now this, check this out. Performance data recorder. So, say you're taking your Corvette to the track, you can time your laps, and get this, you have a camera system, you can record video footage of you doing laps on the track. So, and you even have different overlays, so none. You can see just the screen, just the camera, the front-facing camera. Sport. Look at all this data you got. G-forces, tach, speedometer. Really cool. Track mode. Look at that G-force meter. Even the exact angle of the steering wheel. And then timing. Let's now roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. Power folding mirrors, as you can see. Pop open the back compartment.
On this Z51, you'll find 19-inch front and 20-inch rear 5-split-spoke alloy rims painted in carbon flash with machine-finished edges. Gotta love those awesome black-painted Z51 calipers as well.
Quad exhaust.
Powering the 23 Stingray is the LT2 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. It's an all-aluminum pushrod power plant with 2 valves per cylinder, variable valve timing, direct injection, and active fuel management. In Z51 models, horsepower is rated at 495 at 6450 RPM, with torque being rated at 470 pound-feet at 5150 RPM. Channeling that power to the rear wheels is an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission. Just behind the engine bay is a storage area, basically serving as a second trunk. Anyways, running on required premium unleaded with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank, fuel economy estimates for the Stingray are 16 mpg in the city and 24 mpg on the highway. The suspension is a double wishbone setup front and rear. The brakes on the Z51 include larger discs front and rear than the standard ones, and are also equipped with front and rear Brembo 4-piston monoblock calipers. Curb weight can range from roughly 3,400 to 3,600 pounds, I believe.
We also got a rear trunk.
So as you can see, the C8 Corvette has 2 trunks, one front and one rear. Combined cargo space between these 2 trunks is 12.6 cubic feet.
Anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2023 Chevrolet Corvette. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.